Evening fell over Willow Hall slowly. Ethan remained trapped below in red glass. No one looked rested or calm. Mr. Bell repeated the final clue. The bell tower was their only lead. Leo checked the old campus map again. The tower door stuck at first. Cold air poured down the stairwell. Dust floated through narrow beams. Mr. Bell remembered this place clearly. She came here after the experiment. She told Gabriel never open it. At the top, the bells waited. Nina noticed scratches on one beam. They ended behind the largest bell. He reached a loose stone panel. Its lid carried Iris's initials. Inside lay a bronze tuning fork. A note rested beneath the cloth. It was addressed to Gabriel Bell. She wrote, "It remembers truth." Only truth could unlock the final stop. He must speak the buried confession. The tower suddenly started shaking lightly. Red cracks ran through the windows. They had less than 1 hour. It hummed loudly in his palm. They ran down the spiral stairs. Every dorm window flickered red. The lobby looked wrong again. Their footsteps echoed out of order. The walls reflected a second hallway. The first key pulled him forward. Maya held Nina close while running. The underground stairwell felt deeper now. Voices whispered inside the concrete. Nina heard Ethan among the whispers. At the blast door, the lock stood open. Inside, every mirror showed Ethan. Real Ethan looked weaker than before. Maya ran to the barrier first. Nina pressed the photo to barrier. Every mirror flashed white once. She looked clearer than before. It can open the final sequence. Maya asked if Ethan could return. The loop still fed on silence. The final stop needed 5 voices. Gabriel was one required voice. Iris would speak for herself. One final voice must answer truth. Iris shook her head slowly. He was the last witness created. Without him, the loop survives. Maya asked what he must do. That meant he would not remain. His duplicate only smiled sadly. He said he was borrowed time. No one found words after that. The mirrors rotated to face inward. The first key floated from Bell's hand. Ilara stood before the mirror gate. Mr. Bell faced the tuning fork. The chamber asked for Gabriel first. He reopened the archive from guilt. His silence woke the sleeping channel. The chamber accepted Gabriel's voice. She touched the glass without fear. Her voice sounded soft and human. The mirror released its red frost. Iris spoke next without hesitation. The console answered with white light. Ethan closed his eyes first. He kept running from helplessness. The fourth light came alive softly. Duplicate Ethan stepped closer inside. Then he looked back at Ethan. I wanted more than surviving. Now I choose to let go. All 5 voices had been accepted. But room 407 fought back immediately. Leo was pulled toward one doorway. Nina's camera started printing endlessly. One showed Willow Hall collapsing. One showed duplicate Ethan escaping alone. The floor beneath Pit opened wider. Mr. Bell seized the tuning fork. The note it produced was pure. The mirrors showed only truth now. Maya ran toward Ethan again. Then he stepped into the light. The sound wrapped around the pit. Ethan fell as the pillar broke. Nina and Leo rushed to them. Iris guided the final closure. Her reflection reached toward her gently. The red frost vanished completely. Iris started fading beside the console. She told Gabriel not to wait. She told Maya protect the living. She looked last at Ethan. Then Iris disappeared into white static. The pit sealed under solid metal. They climbed back toward the surface. The east wing looked normal again. The first sunlight touched the windows. Then they faded into pale dust. The lobby stopped stretching around them. Room signs changed back to normal. Ilara paused beneath the trees. She thanked them with a real smile. Ethan asked if she was leaving. Light carried her into morning mist. Mr. Bell cried without hiding it. Later, students told impossible stories. No official report explained anything. Leo joked more softly than before. Ethan kept duplicate Ethan's memory. He carried the silent first key. Nothing happened at 3:17 anymore. The fresh photo slid into Nina's hand. It showed 2 Ethans standing together. The real Ethan stared without blinking. The second Ethan smiled beside him. Nobody in room 312 spoke. Mr. Bell took the photo quietly. He looked more troubled than surprised. Ethan tried joking, but nobody laughed. Nina snapped another picture immediately. The new image showed one blurred Ethan. Then the room door clicked once. Leo checked the peephole first. A second Ethan stood outside. He wore the same green hoodie. He even held Ethan's necklace. But his smile felt too calm. Mr. Bell blocked the lock. No one opened the door. The outside Ethan whispered, "Let me in." The real Ethan shouted back instantly. The whisper outside copied his tone perfectly. Then the hallway went silent again. Leo opened the door at last. The corridor outside was empty. Only wet shoe prints led downstairs. Mr. Bell took them to security again. The old technician replayed morning footage. One camera showed Ethan entering Willow Hall. Another showed him across campus simultaneously. 2 Ethans crossed different cameras alone. Neither one looked at the lens. The technician backed away, frightened again. Mr. Bell copied every file quickly. Ethan asked why the Echo chose him. Mr. Bell answered. "You lead first." Echoes hunted whatever others trusted most. Voice came before memory for Ethan. Ethan cleared his throat uneasily. His voice sounded rougher already. Maya asked him to repeat himself. The second sentence came out weaker. Nina photographed his reflection in glass. One reflection lagged half a second. Ethan finally looked genuinely afraid. Mr. Bell said fading had started. They needed a trap before sunset. Maya spread a campus map wide. Nina marked every recent echo sighting. Leo circled the old bell tower. Mr. Bell went completely still. The tower once carried campus announcements. Old microphones still waited inside. An echo could steal Ethan's voice there and broadcast it across the school. Then everyone might trust the wrong Ethan. The group left immediately for the tower. Storm clouds gathered above campus rooftops. The bell tower stood locked and abandoned. Mr. Bell opened it with effort. Dust rushed down the narrow stairwell. Halfway up, speakers crackled overhead. Ethan's own voice filled the tower. "You are already too late," it said. The group froze on the stairs. The copied voice laughed above them. They reached the old announcement floor. Broken desks surrounded hanging speakers. Wires tangled across the wooden boards. Mirrors from a debate set leaned nearby. Each mirror reflected a different Ethan. One stood near the control booth. Another waited behind dusty glass. A third leaned beside the microphone. The real Ethan stepped backward slowly. Mr. Bell counted 3 visible echoes. Nina raised her camera carefully. The nearest echo smiled at her. "They need my voice now," it said. Every speaker repeated the same sentence. Maya grabbed real Ethan's sleeve tightly. Leo searched for the main power switch. Mr. Bell scanned the control booth. Ilara appeared in a cracked monitor. She wrote across the dusty screen. "Silence the borrowed voice," it said. Mr. Bell pointed at the master microphone. One echo guarded it protectively. The others copied its movements poorly. That had to be the anchor. Ethan walked toward his duplicate alone. The anchor echo copied every step. It mocked Ethan's nervous breathing. "I sound stronger than you," it said. Ethan stopped right beneath the speaker. He finally admitted he was terrified. Maya and Leo looked stunned. Ethan said he was always scared. He only acted brave for them. The anchor echo frowned for once. Fear made no sense to it. Nina secretly recorded Ethan's confession. Then she played it back loudly. Ethan's honest voice filled the tower. The copied echoes flickered in place. Leo pulled the bell rope hard. A massive bell crash shook everything. Mirrors and speakers vibrated violently. The anchor echo grabbed the microphone stand. Mr. Bell cut the main power. Yet one microphone stayed glowing alive. That proved the anchor was there. Maya hurled a flashlight at it. Nina fired one blinding camera flash. Ethan yanked the glowing microphone free. The anchor echo screamed through every speaker. Its face split into radio static. Then the duplicate cracked apart completely. The two remaining Ethans dissolved instantly. Nina found an old photo of Alara. Its burned caption read, Ethan 1962. Iris stared upward without blinking once. Mr. Bell nearly dropped his flashlight. He whispered Iris's name like prayer. The woman below answered Gabriel. Maya asked whether Iris was alive. Iris said not exactly anymore. Ethan asked what Iris had become. Iris answered the first surviving echo. Iris said her body disappeared long ago, but her voice never stopped recording. The system rebuilt her from memory. Nina asked who spoke on tape. Iris looked toward the silent machine. Then she said, "That was me." Nobody understood how that was possible. Iris said the signal traveled backward. Her future echo reached the past. That message created its own beginning. She offered to show the first night. The studio microphones suddenly glowed brighter. Every wall speaker woke together. Static rolled through the entire building. Then 1962 returned around them. The group watched Iris's memory unfold. Young Iris adjusted the final microphone. Ethan Hale monitored the recording meters. Iris called the experiment voice preservation. She wanted memory stored inside sound. The machine had 4 recording channels. A hidden 5th channel suddenly appeared. Its display showed only 407. Room 47 did not exist then. Iris thought 407 meant frequency. Alara begged her to ignore it. Ethan Hale wanted to investigate immediately. Gabriel suggested shutting everything down. Iris opened channel 407 anyway. Every recording meter slammed backward. A woman's voice entered every speaker. It whispered, "Keep the channel open." Alara recognized Iris's voice somehow. Then the clock reached 3:17. Every clock on campus stopped together. The recording tape continued moving alone. Ethan Hale heard his voice repeating. His echo answered before he spoke. Gabriel reached for the breaker instantly, but his shadow reached there first. Alara saw 5 reflections in glass. The 5th woman stood behind Iris. The studio walls began stretching outward. A hallway formed beyond solid concrete. Its elevator display showed floor 4. Then a door appeared from nothing. Brass numbers formed 407. Alara screamed to close the channel. Nothing responded to her anymore. Gabriel finally cut the main power. Yet, channel 47 stayed glowing red. A mirror appeared inside the corridor. Alara's reflection moved without Alara. The reflection reached through the glass. Alara was pulled toward the mirror. Ethan Hale ran after her immediately. Gabriel shouted for Ethan to return. The door 407 opened by itself. Inside waited 5 empty dorm beds. One bed already carried Alara's name. Another bed carried Ethan Hale's name. Iris understood the room was recording people. It copied whoever entered its signal. Ilara vanished behind the mirror first. Ethan Hale tried breaking the glass. His voice entered every tape reel. Gabriel dragged Iris back towards safety. Iris refused to leave the controls. She stayed while Gabriel escaped alone. Room 407 disappeared from the building, but its signal remained permanently active. 317 became its recording point. Present Iris ended the memory there. Nina asked whether 407 was room. Iris answered, "It is a recorder. It builds rooms from remembered places. It builds bodies from remembered people." Every echo came from channel 407. Burning the archive damaged only storage. The original channel still lived below. Mr. Bell asked how to destroy it. Iris said they needed absolute silence. Exactly at the next 317. No voice could exist inside Willow Hall. Even one sound could reopen everything. Iris looked toward the wall clock. They had less than 20 minutes. Then every radio clicked on together. Ethan's voice came from one speaker. Maya's voice answered from another. Iris immediately said they were late. Across campus, dorm lights flickered wildly. Students woke to footsteps beside beds. Mirrors began showing delayed reflections everywhere. One student saw herself twice. Another found his double in hallway. Every elevator display changed to 4. Mr. Bell ordered everyone toward Willow Hall. Iris could not leave the studio. She warned them not to trust anyone. They ran through thick morning fog. Willow Hall appeared strangely overcrowded. The lobby held dozens of students. Then their doubles entered behind them. Nobody knew which people were originals. The clock above reception reached 316. Nina noticed 4 figures near elevators. They looked exactly like the friends. Duplicate Maya smiled at real Maya. Duplicate Leo raised one silent finger. Duplicate Nina pointed at the clock. Willow Hall now held 2 of everyone. Dawn found everyone exhausted, shaken, and silent. Nina still gripped the final photograph tightly. Young Gabriel Bell stood beside Ilara there. The discovery changed every story Bell told. Ethan finally demanded Bell's real age. Mr. Bell suddenly looked ancient and tired. Maya told him to stop hiding everything. Leo quietly blocked the hallway behind Bell. Nina kept her camera recording the confession. Mr. Bell admitted his very first lie. He had never been only security. His real name was Gabriel Bell. Gabriel had entered Willow Hall in 1962. The dorm once hid a secret program. Officials called it the Resonance Program. 4 students joined the first experiment. Bell had always claimed only 3. Ilara Vale was one original participant. Ethan Hale became the second volunteer. Gabriel Bell himself became the 3rd. Maya immediately demanded the 4th name. Bell refused to answer for several seconds. That frightened them more than any ghost. Ethan said the missing name mattered most. Bell finally admitted she designed everything. She drew the circuits and microphones herself. Her name was Iris Wren. Nina repeated Iris's name into camera. Belle looked genuinely terrified after saying it. Iris understood sound better than anyone. She believed every voice carried identity. She wanted voices to outlive bodies forever. Ilara believed the project felt deeply wrong. Ethan Hale trusted Iris without hesitation. Gabriel simply followed the others inside. Their first test changed Willow Hall forever. It began precisely at 3:17. That exact time never released the building. Maya asked why Iris was erased. Belle said Iris vanished after everyone else. He never found proof she actually died. That possibility terrified him for decades. He feared Iris could still hear everything. Nina asked what other secrets remained. Belle mentioned one final hidden locker. It waited above the abandoned radio room. Leo insisted they visit it immediately. Dark clouds were returning over campus. The group followed Belle through empty paths. They reached an abandoned brick annex. Its windows had been sealed for years. A faded sign still read Campus Radio. The swollen front door barely opened. Dust rolled through the stale studio. Broken microphones covered several old desks. Vintage posters peeled from damp walls. One entire wall displayed student photographs. Iris appeared inside almost every photograph. She always stood nearest the equipment. Belle quietly led them upstairs together. A cramped loft overlooked the studio. Belle knelt beside a rusted vent. He removed one tiny tarnished key. The key opened a hidden steel locker. Inside waited sealed boxes and tapes. Nina photographed every object before touching. Leo discovered a stack of audio reels. Maya uncovered an old leather notebook. Ethan opened a bundle of letters. One letter carried Iris Wren's signature. It warned Gabriel never to return below. Another note mentioned the number 407. Ilara had circled that number repeatedly. Maya started reading Gabriel's notebook aloud. The pages contained Belle's private journal. Gabriel wrote that Iris changed afterward. She stopped sleeping after 3:17. She heard voices moving inside walls. Ilara begged them to destroy everything. Ethan Hale demanded one final test. Gabriel wrote that he wanted escape. Then Nina found one specially labeled reel. Its label read First Test 3:17. Belle begged them never to play it. That warning convinced Leo even faster. The ancient reel machine powered itself. Nina threaded the tape with care. Static filled the loft before anything else. Then 4 young voices slowly emerged. Iris spoke first on the recording. Her voice sounded brilliant and controlled. Ilara sounded frightened behind her words. Ethan Hale kept asking technical questions. Young Gabriel began the final countdown. Then the room tone changed completely. A second clock chimed from nowhere. Iris suddenly said someone else entered. Everyone in the loft stopped breathing. Ilara begged them to stop recording. Ethan Hale insisted they continue longer. Then another female voice answered them. None of them recognized that voice. Mr. Bell became pale with terror. The unknown woman said open 407. But room 407 did not exist yet. Nina rewound the section immediately. The unknown voice returned exactly unchanged. It whispered that Iris belonged below. Then the entire recording stopped instantly. Every light inside the loft died. Only the real machine kept turning. A microphone squealed from downstairs suddenly. Then someone softly called Gabriel's name. Mr. Bell recognized Iris Wren immediately. The dead studio lights switched themselves on. One central microphone began glowing red. Nina leaned carefully over the loft railing. A woman stood motionless inside the studio. The figure slowly turned toward them. She had Iris Wren's unchanged face. The lobby clock showed 3:16. Two versions of everyone stood together. Nobody knew who arrived there first. Duplicate Nina still pointed at the clock. Duplicate Leo kept one finger raised. Real Maya understood their warning first. She shouted for everyone to stop talking. The lobby slowly became almost silent. Then one phone ringtone broke everything. Every duplicate turned toward that sound. Mr. Bell smashed the phone speaker quickly. Absolute silence had become their only chance. Leo pointed toward the emergency exits. They needed everyone out before 3:17. Maya began guiding people toward doors. Nina photographed every pair while moving. Mr. Bell opened every emergency exit. The first students ran into morning fog. Outside, some duplicates began fading slightly. He pointed everyone toward the far quad. The crowd moved farther from Willow Hall. But stronger copies kept walking beside originals. Channel 407 had copied them more deeply. The clock inside reached 3:16:50. Ethan, Maya, Leo, Nina stayed behind. Mr. Bell refused to leave them. The duplicate friends still waited silently. Real Ethan approached his duplicate carefully. Then he pointed toward the elevators. Every elevator display still showed 4. The doors opened without any sound. A red hallway waited beyond the cabin. The impossible hallway was expanding outward. Mr. Bell motioned everyone away immediately. The clock reached 3:16:55. Nobody dared breathe loudly anymore. 1 second remained before 3:17. Then a baby cried upstairs. The clock struck exactly 3:17. Every light inside Willow Hall turned red. The duplicate students opened their mouths. Hundreds of stolen voices screamed together. The lobby windows cracked from sound. Maya pulled Nina behind a desk. Leo dragged Mr. Bell down beside them. Their own doubles remained completely silent. Duplicate Nina pointed toward the stairwell. Duplicate Maya began running there first. The real friends followed their copies. The stairwell door slammed shut itself. Duplicate Ethan forced it open again. They climbed while copied voices chased. Leo counted 6 different 4th floors. Willow Hall had become one repeating level. Nina's camera began printing photographs alone. Each photo showed a different stairwell ending. Another showed Iris behind red glass. The third showed room 407 open. Nina chose the photograph with Elara. They followed its exact stair pattern. At last, one landing looked normal. Ilara waited beside the fire door. She motioned them through quickly. They entered the abandoned East Wing. Their doubles entered behind them too. Ilara stared directly at the duplicates. The duplicate closed her eyes sadly. Nina asked why copies helped them. Ilara wrote across the dusty wall. The message said, "They fear replacement too." Maya realized copies could also disappear. Mr. Bell asked what happened next. Ilara wrote another warning slowly. At dawn, one version remains. The others looked toward pale windows. Sunrise was less than 1 hour away. Ethan understood the terrible choice. Every pair would become one person. Nobody knew which version would survive. Or originals could erase innocent copies. Leo said there had to be another way. Ilara pointed toward room 407's direction. The walls began humming around them. Their duplicate friends started flickering badly. Duplicate Maya grabbed real Maya's hand. A memory flashed between both Mayas. Maya saw everything her copy remembered. The copy had awakened terrified too. It never wanted Maya's life. It only wanted to keep existing. Real Maya squeezed her copy's hand. Ethan looked toward his own double. His duplicate gave one nervous smile. Nina photographed both groups together. The image developed with 9 figures. Someone stood between both groups. It was Iris Wren again. But Iris stood nowhere nearby. Words appeared beneath her photograph. It said, "Do not merge at dawn." Another sentence developed underneath slowly. "Find the original recording chamber." Mr. Bell said that chamber was destroyed. Ilara shook her head immediately. She pointed downward through the floor. The original chamber was still below. Channel 407 had only moved around it. Destroying that chamber could end everything. The helpful doubles began disappearing faster. Duplicate Nina handed Nina her camera. Then she whispered one final sentence. "One of us must stay below." Everyone froze after hearing her voice. Ilara looked away from them sadly. Mr. Bell understood before the students. The chamber needed a permanent human anchor. Without one, 407 would reopen again. Maya said nobody was staying behind. Mr. Bell quietly answered, "Someone must." Below them, a hidden door unlocked. The photo changed everything by sunrise. It clearly showed 2 versions of Maya. The real Maya stood beside the group. The second Maya stood inside the photograph. She smiled behind the real one. Nina's hands shook around the camera. Maya laughed, pretending she felt fine. Nobody else believed that lie anymore. Mr. Bell studied the developing picture. He said echoes usually hunted at night. A daytime echo meant room 407 evolved. Ethan insisted Maya never walk alone. She argued, but nobody listened. The campus morning looked painfully normal. Maya hated how normal people seemed. Nina kept photographing every reflective surface. Mr. Bell brought them to security. He knew an aging surveillance technician. The technician owed him old favors. They checked cameras from early morning. Then Maya appeared near the library. One camera showed her walking west. Another showed her walking east simultaneously. Two Mayas crossed different paths together. The room turned ice-cold around them. The technician refused to replay it. He crossed himself and left immediately. Mr. Bell copied the footage anyway. He said echoes were learning independence. Maya finally stopped acting brave. She asked what the echo wanted. Mr. Bell answered, "Your place." That sentence silenced the entire room. To get one, someone must fade. Nina asked how fading begins. Mr. Bell said memory goes first. Then voice, then reflection, then name. Maya touched her throat without thinking. Ethan drove everyone back to Willow Hall. They locked room 312 before talking. Some showed Maya with blurred edges. Others showed a stranger behind her. That stranger always wore Maya's jacket. But her smile looked too perfect. Leo compared timestamps on every image. The duplicate appeared closer each hour. Maya suddenly forgot what day it was. Then she forgot her literature professor. Then she forgot Leo's middle name. Mr. Bell called those memory bites. The echo was already feeding. Maya broke down and started crying. Nina hugged her without speaking. Ethan made a desperate new plan. They would bait the echo publicly. Then it would reveal itself. At noon, Maya crossed the quad. Ethan and Leo watched from benches. Nina watched through a camera lens. Mr. Bell monitored rooftop reflections. Students moved around them, unaware. The real Maya reached the fountain. A second Maya appeared near the statue. She copied every motion exactly. When real Maya fixed her sleeve, so did she. When Maya looked left, so did she. They were separated by 20 feet. Nina captured burst photos rapidly. Then the echo looked directly at her. It smiled without moving Maya's way. That proved it had independent awareness. Leo yelled, and students scattered. The echo turned and walked calmly away. Ethan chased through the history wing. Maya and Nina ran behind him. The echo entered the old theater building. Nobody used it after a fire. The hallway inside smelled like wet dust. Posters peeled from the walls silently. At center stage stood another Maya. Then another appeared beside her. Then another at the balcony rail. 3 echoes watched the real Maya. Mr. Bell arrived, breathless and pale. He said the theater held old mirrors. The stage lights switched on alone. A recorded applause filled the darkness. The echoes bowed like performers. Ethan grabbed her before she fell. Nina flashed the camera repeatedly. Each flash removed one echo briefly, but 2 others always remained. Leo found the burned control booth. Inside sat a cracked rehearsal mirror. Elara appeared inside the cracked glass. She wrote with a dripping finger. "Break the lead reflection," she warned. Mr. Bell guessed one echo anchored the rest. They studied the stage carefully. Only one shadow touched all lights. That Maya stood center stage smiling. Ethan hurled a prop stand forward. It shattered the floor light nearby. Nina fired one blinding flash. Leo pulled the curtain rope hard. The heavy velvet curtain collapsed. It knocked the center echo down. Maya grabbed a broken spotlight mirror. She aimed it at the fallen echo. Sunlight from the side window struck. The echo screamed without a mouth. Its face twisted, then copied Maya again. Then it cracked like wet paint. The other balcony echoes dissolved instantly. Inside, silence dropped like a blanket. Real Maya could remember everything again. She even recalled Leo's embarrassing middle name. Everyone laughed from pure relief. Then Nina checked her newest photo. Beside Ethan stood another Ethan. Darkness swallowed room 407 after the knock. Someone knocked again, this time beneath them. Nina's phone lit without anyone touching it. Its flashlight revealed 4 terrified faces. Elara had vanished from Ethan's side. The door behind them had vanished too. Another knock rose from the 5th bed. The mattress lifted like something breathing. Leo wanted to run, but nowhere remained. Ethan pulled the damp blanket away. A square opening waited beneath the mattress. Warm light shone from room 312 below. Then Nina's voice called from beneath them. Real Nina answered from inside room 407. Every friend slowly turned toward her. The voice below begged them to hurry. Maya looked through the opening first. Another Nina stood inside their bedroom. She wore identical clothes and glasses. She claimed the ghost had trapped her. The walls began folding toward the group. Ethan forced everyone through the opening. Real Nina jumped down last. The passage sealed above her instantly. Now 2 Ninas faced each other. Both screamed at exactly the same moment. One accused the other of being Elara. The second repeated the accusation word for word. Leo locked the bedroom door again. Ethan ordered everyone to stop shouting. Maya asked Nina's childhood nickname. Both answered, Little Owl, without hesitation. Leo asked about their first midnight prank. Both described his stolen red shoes. Ethan showed an old scar on Nina's wrist. Each Nina carried the same pale mark. Even their phone passwords were identical. Their fingerprints unlocked the same device. No test separated memory from imitation. Until Maya noticed the bathroom mirror. One reflection blinked slightly too late. The Nina beside it began trembling. The other Nina smiled with quiet relief. Everyone stepped away from the delayed reflection. She begged them not to trust mirrors. At that moment, Mr. Bell knocked outside. His voice ordered Ethan to open quickly. They checked the peephole before unlocking. Mr. Bell stood alone, holding an old diary. He froze when he saw both Ninas. Room 407 made another echo, he whispered. Leo asked which one was real. Mr. Bell said echoes inherit every memory. They also inherit scars, voices, and fear. But an echo cannot dream naturally. Sunrise would permanently choose one Nina. The rejected one would remain inside 407. Choosing wrong would free the echo forever. Mr. Bell opened Ilara's damaged diary. One page described the exact same nightmare. 27 years earlier, Ilara had been copied. Her friends chose the smiling version. The real Ilara remained trapped behind mirrors. That warning changed everything they believed. The ghost might have been protecting them. They placed both Ninas on separate beds. Maya covered every mirror with dark blankets. Ethan set alarms for 30 minutes. Both Ninas agreed to attempt sleeping. Nobody else dared close their eyes. The first Nina quickly drifted into sleep. The second remained awake, staring upward. Leo whispered that the answer seemed obvious. Mr. Bell warned them to keep watching. Suddenly, sleeping Nina began crying softly. She described snow falling inside room 407. She saw Ilara pounding behind the mirror. Then she whispered a hidden sentence. The copy learned how to dream. Every lamp exploded into darkness. When emergency lights returned, both were awake. Each claimed the other had spoken. The covered mirror started shaking violently. Wet handprints appeared beneath the blanket. Maya pulled the blanket away despite warnings. Ilara's reflection stood inside empty glass. She wrote 4 words across the condensation. Watch the one without breath. Ethan held cold glass beneath both mouths. The first Nina fogged it immediately. The second Nina's glass remained perfectly clear. Her frightened expression slowly disappeared. She lunged for Nina's camera, not them. The camera contained every photograph of Ilara. Destroying it could erase their only evidence. Leo grabbed the strap before she escaped. The false Nina threw him aside effortlessly. Her shadow stretched toward the locked door. The real Nina ran behind Maya. Mr. Bell shouted for everyone to reach sunrise. The hallway clocks began spinning backward. Windows darkened as dawn moved farther away. Room 407 was stealing time itself. Ilara's reflection pointed toward the wardrobe. Ethan opened it and found the hidden corridor. The false Nina blocked their only path. Maya shone the camera flash into her eyes. For 1 second, the echo became transparent. Ilara reached through the mirror behind her. Ghostly hands dragged the echo backward. The friends rushed through the wardrobe corridor. Mr. Bell followed, carrying Ilara's diary. They emerged inside the abandoned east stairwell. Morning sunlight finally crossed the broken windows. The real Nina remained beside them, breathing. Behind glass, Ilara silently closed her eyes. They believed the echo was trapped again. Then Nina's camera printed one final photograph. It showed Maya walking alone across campus. Another Maya followed directly behind her. Willow Hall never truly slept after midnight. Neither did Ethan, Maya, Leo, or Nina. They treated every night like stolen freedom. They ordered noodles and mocked campus ghost stories, especially stories about the abandoned East Wing. One rainy Thursday, boredom became their worst idea. Leo suggested visiting the 24-hour Riverside Market. Maya grabbed her jacket before anyone answered. Nina brought a camera for ridiculous midnight photos. Ethan promised they would return before 2. At 1:15, they quietly left Willow Hall. Rain polished every street into black mirrors. Their laughter echoed through the silent university district. The market glowed beneath one buzzing blue sign. Inside, an old clerk watched them without smiling. Then Nina noticed someone standing outside alone. A young woman waited beneath the broken awning. Her soaked hair covered most of her face. She wore an outdated blue dormitory cardigan. Maya assumed she was another stranded student. She pointed toward Willow Hall across the river. Ethan offered to let her walk beside them. The clerk suddenly dropped a glass bottle. When they turned back, his face looked terrified. The woman followed several steps behind the group. Her bare feet made no sound on pavement. Nobody noticed her reflection never entered puddles. Halfway home, every street lamp blinked off together. For 3 seconds, the city completely disappeared. When lights returned, the woman walked much closer. Nina photographed everyone, laughing at their fear. Behind them, the woman stared directly forward. They reached Willow Hall at exactly 2. The security desk remained empty and dark. The elevator doors opened before Ethan pressed anything. The woman entered first, still saying nothing. Maya pressed 3 where their rooms were. Yet the elevator climbed past their chosen floor. It stopped at 4 with a violent shudder. Willow Hall officially had no 4th floor access. The doors revealed a narrow, unlit corridor. The woman stepped out and finally smiled. Nina whispered that they should leave immediately. Ethan hammered the close button with both hands. The woman turned toward them without moving closer. The doors shut just before she reached them. Their elevator dropped suddenly to the 3rd floor. They hurried into room 312 and locked everything. Leo claimed the woman was performing some prank. Nina checked the photograph from outside the dorm. The 4 friends stood clearly beneath the entrance. The woman appeared between Maya and Ethan. Her face was now inches from the camera. Nina deleted the picture without showing anyone. At 3:17, every phone vibrated together. The deleted photograph appeared inside their group chat. A new message appeared beneath the photograph. It simply said, "Thank you for bringing me." Ethan unplugged the router and removed every battery. Still, another message arrived on Nina's phone. This one contained a photograph of room 312. It was taken from inside their locked wardrobe. Leo pulled the wardrobe open with a chair. Only hanging clothes moved in the darkness. They slept with every lamp burning that night. They promised never to mention the woman again. But the following nights offered them no escape. Wet footprints appeared beside Ethan's empty bed. Maya heard humming inside the bathroom mirror. Leo woke with mud beneath his fingernails. Nina discovered long black hair inside her camera. None of them attended class that entire week. They argued constantly and slept in short shifts. Every night, the humming grew slightly louder. Every morning, another photograph appeared online. Each image showed the woman entering Willow Hall. In every newer picture, she looked less transparent. Finally, they confronted the old night security guard. Mr. Bell listened without interrupting their story. Then he locked the lobby doors behind them. He asked whether the woman wore blue. Nobody answered, but their faces answered everything. Mr. Bell opened a cabinet of forgotten records. One photograph showed Willow Hall 27 years earlier. The same woman stood beside room 407. Her name was Elara Weil, a missing student. Police believed she had run away during winter. Mr. Bell believed something far worse happened. He warned them never to search the East Wing. Naturally, fear made them search that very night. At 3:17, the elevator opened automatically. The fourth-floor corridor waited beyond the doors. This time, lights flickered awake one by one. Wet footprints guided them through peeling wallpaper. Behind them, the elevator vanished into solid bricks. Leo tried running back, but the hallway stretched. Every door displayed the number 312. Their own room seemed repeated dozens of times. Maya began crying, unable to control her breathing. Nina followed the footprints toward a blank wall. She discovered a brass doorknob beneath loose wallpaper. Together, they uncovered the faded number 407. Ethan opened the door before courage disappeared. Inside waited 4 beds covered in grey dust. A 5th bed looked freshly slept inside. Hundreds of photographs covered the cracked walls. Every picture showed different groups of 4 friends. The newest photograph showed Ethan, Maya, Leo, Nina. But another figure stood among them, smiling. Nina realized the photograph contained 5 living shadows. Then something softly closed the door behind them. Elara's voice whispered directly beside Ethan's ear. "You brought me home, but one stays." All 4 phones displayed a live camera feed. The feed showed room 312 currently empty. Then Nina appeared on screen, sleeping inside their room. The real Nina stood beside them, screaming silently. A second Nina slowly opened her on-screen eyes. She smiled and whispered, "Which one followed you?" The lights died as someone knocked from inside. The burned photo changed everything again. It showed Elara beside another Ethan. Its caption read, "Ethan, 1962. Ethan stared without recognizing anything. Nina photographed the evidence carefully. Mr. Bell studied the charred edges. He looked truly shaken this time. Willow Hall opened in 1962. Elara looked exactly the same there. That made no sense at all. Maya asked if Elara was immortal. Mr. Bell said the archives knew. Before dawn, they entered records. The old technician unlocked the room. Dust covered forgotten yearbooks everywhere. Nina placed the burned photo beside them. Leo searched every book from 1962. Maya checked faculty photographs nearby. Ethan touched the page with fear. One portrait stopped everyone cold. A boy named Ethan Hale smiled there. He had Ethan's exact same face. Even the messy hair matched. Ethan whispered that it felt wrong. Another page showed Elara nearby. She looked no older there either. Then she appeared in 1974. And again in 1989. And once more in 1997. She never changed across decades. Nina pinned the pages together. Every Elara photo seemed watching. Leo found a newspaper clipping. It mentioned a radio accident. 3 students vanished under Willow Hall. Only Ethan Hale stayed readable. Maya asked what happened below. Mr. Bell said nobody knew. Then Ethan heard static in silence. A strange memory flashed behind him. He saw microphones and white snow. He heard applause from nowhere. Then, the vision suddenly vanished. Nina caught Ethan swaying on camera. His nose had started bleeding. Mr. Bell called it memory bleed. Leo found a basement map. A red mark circled sublevel B. Its label read Resonance Archive. The entrance hid behind shelves. Together, they shoved a cabinet aside. A steel door appeared behind it. Cold air breathed from the crack. The stairs descended below archives. Rusty pipes lined both walls. Ethan heard announcements below them. They sounded like his own voice. Maya held Ethan's wrist tightly. Leo counted doors as they passed. At bottom waited another hallway. Old-class photos covered both walls. One face repeated over and over. Ethan appeared in every decade. Sometimes student, sometimes young staff. Never older than 20 years. At the end stood glass doors. Gold letters named the archive. Inside waited reels and microphones. A huge speaker hung above. Rows of files circled everything. Each folder carried a student name. Several folders carried Ethan's face. Nina opened one with trembling hands. Inside was Ethan's schedule ahead. Another held Maya's missing memories. Leo found Nina's deleted photograph there. Someone was collecting their lives. Then the main console flickered on. A young man formed in static. He looked exactly like Ethan. He called himself Ethan Hale. He said the room preserved voices. It copied people worth following. Each generation fed the archive. Ilara tried stopping it and failed. Hale said Ethan was next. He offered everyone else safe freedom. Maya called it a trap. Hale only smiled at that. Then speakers repeated Ethan's voice. It called his friends by name. Nina aimed her camera at Hale. But Hale filled every screen. Leo searched hard for a breaker. Mr. Bell studied the spinning reels. Ilara appeared inside a glass wall. She wrote 4 urgent words. Burn the first attendance roll. Mr. Bell found a locked drawer. Inside lay a 1962 register. The first page held 3 names. Ilara Vale, Ethan Hale, Gabriel Bell. Everyone turned toward Mr. Bell. He went pale and silent. Maya demanded the truth at once. Mr. Bell confessed he was there. The archive kept him unchanged. Hale begged Ethan to replace him. Then the room drained all sound. Nina struck a red flare. Mr. Bell grabbed the register book. Ethan faced Hale across the console. He answered, "Not this time." Maya threw him cleaning alcohol. Ethan soaked the register quickly. Leo killed the backup power. The burning register hit the console. Ilara pulled Hale into flames. They escaped into pale dawn. Nina's last photo showed young Belle. The hidden door clicked open below them. Cold red light spilled through the cracks. Mr. Bell knew the chamber had found them. Ethan grabbed the first flashlight nearby. Maya refused to let him go alone. Ilara pointed downward without hesitation. Their duplicates followed close behind them. The stairs wound far below Willow Hall. Old wires covered the tunnel walls. Every few steps the building hummed softly. At the bottom stood a steel blast door. Its center carried a faded recording emblem. Mr. Bell entered an old code from memory. The giant lock slowly disengaged inside. The chamber beyond was impossibly huge. 5 metal chairs circled a deep pit. Speakers ringed the entire ceiling. Mirrors lined the outer wall evenly. Another showed Iris by a microphone. Another showed room 407 still open. Nina realized this was the first recorder. Her instant photo developed another message. Maya asked what must begin exactly. Ilara wrote across the nearest mirror. She wrote the binding process. He said Iris designed it last. It could hold channel 407 in place. One host had to stay below. No one liked that answer at all. Mr. Bell looked toward the 5th chair. He said there were always options. Nina found reels under a control desk. Maya found a map of Willow Hall. Red lines ran from every dorm room. The pit was the source itself. Suddenly, every monitor in the chamber awakened. Willow Hall appeared across their screens. Students and doubles were merging upstairs. Other pairs were just staring sadly. Maya watched one pair become one. Dawn light had started touching windows. Time was running out rapidly now. Duplicate Maya stepped beside real Maya softly. A voice announced, "Echo verified." Then it scanned real Maya next. It announced, "Original verified." Binding required a matched pair below. One original could not stay alone. One echo could not stay alone. No one wanted forced sacrifice anymore. Mr. Bell lowered his head in shame. He admitted he knew part already. He reopened the archives years ago. He hoped to find Ilara again. Instead, he weakened the sleeping channel. His guilt had fed this disaster too. Maya wanted to blame him completely. Nina saw her own bed disappear. Soon the whole dorm would compress. Ilara wrote "Choose before first son." Duplicate Ethan read it before anyone. Then he looked straight at Ethan. Real Ethan already knew that look. Leo called the idea completely insane. Nina looked between both Ethans anxiously. Mr. Bell offered himself instead. The chamber denied him instantly. It announced, "No matching echo found." Mr. Bell had never been duplicated. His chance to pay a loan was gone. Duplicate Leo volunteered beside real Leo. Duplicate Maya stepped back from hers. Ethan watched the monitors again quietly. One little girl merged with herself. That made Ethan decide completely. He said he would stay below. Maya begged him not to say that. His duplicate nodded in agreement. They both walked toward the fifth chair. Leo cursed the chamber under breath. Mr. Bell tried one last objection. Ilara touched Ethan's sleeve gently. For the first time, she smiled sadly. She wrote temporary until last night. The next 317 mattered most. Ethan sat in the original chair. Duplicate Ethan sat beside him too. Metal bands closed around both wrists. The pit began glowing red beneath. The mirrors all reflected only Ethan. Some reflections were older than him. The chamber started the binding countdown. Leo and Nina pulled her away. Ethan only asked them one thing. He said, "Save everyone first." Then both voices blended together strangely. The chamber accepted them both together. A pillar rose around the chairs. The image developed almost immediately. It showed Ethan behind a red door. They read, "Bring the first key." Mr. Bell recognized the phrase instantly. He whispered that Iris kept the key. Nobody knew where Iris hid it. Above them, the buildings suddenly quieted. Merged students stopped collapsing into each other. The chamber had accepted a temporary anchor. It now showed 12 hours remaining. Ethan realized this was only delay. Duplicate Ethan smiled through the red glass. Real Ethan tried to stay brave. Maya pressed her hand to the glass. Ilara wrote one final sentence nearby. Nina repeated the words carefully. Mr. Bell said he knew one place. Leo looked toward the sealed exit. Sunlight finally touched the upper monitors. One original and one copy remained. The final battle had only been delayed. Behind the red glass, Ethan waited.